I think there is a need for civil and environmental engineering disciplines to redefine their path in the next decades to come. And our strategic vision is exactly aligned with that definition. In our department, we not only provide solutions, but we love these difficult problems to focus on. For example, disaster resilience, and that you see this every day in the news hour, that there is a disaster somewhere in the nation or somewhere in the world.
So disaster resilience is arguably the most pressing engineering challenge of our society in this century. This is mainly because with the increasing human population on Earth, people are moving to more hazard-prone areas, but also it is because of the increasing number of rare events that are occurring because of factors such as the climate change.
The goal of engineering for disaster resilience is to essentially, in the face of some kind of natural hazard or human-based hazard, that your structure or your item of interest, whether it's people, structure, or systems, don't get obliterated, but starting back up is possible.
What we as engineers need to do is we need to be able to understand the hazards and design and protect against them so that people can get back to living, they can recover.
Extreme heat, for example, in the Southern California. That means that we have to think about how we are going to build in extreme hazards.
Cities are growing, people are moving from farms, coming to look for jobs in cities. With lower income people, they have to build their shanty towns, they have to build wherever space they would find. Many of those are near rivers, floodplains that are not really safe. At the same time, when you think about extreme events, you can think about building in the space. Pushing the envelope there, we can learn a lot of things to bring back to Earth and to use in our changing environment here. Now, how do you keep them safe? A better understanding for cities and city managers to understand their responsibility and bringing technologies to help cities to deal, and we already did this in the department in the past, to deal with heat islands. Cities are much hotter than non-urban areas next door.
I am trying to revise the existing building and bridge design codes so that new bridges and buildings can be more resistant to extreme environments. At the same time, we would like to educate new future workforce who will be cognizant of these problems. They will understand these problems, but at the same time, they will have the necessary tools to go out in the field and work on hands on these problems.
We're looking at how to make this urban environment more livable, more adaptable, and how we can, as civil and environmental engineers, improve the quality of life. How do we become, as we're building, as we're constructing, as we're operating, build environments to be also environmentally responsible? So environmental stewardship and sustainability are extremely important to our department and at the core of our focus.
There's a lot of interest in moving to circularity of resources, water in particular. So taking wastewater, treating it, and then reusing it as a drinking water supply. We have plastic issues. We need to look at how we make plastics now and how we can or cannot reuse them, and think how can we better make plastics.
One aspect of our research that we have ongoing is try to get these coastal residents to really understand what living through an event will be like. So recently we're starting to use virtual reality tools and mixed reality tools to put these coastal residents inside of a tsunami.
The new technology in terms of automation, connectivity, and other developments is giving us more options. The increasing complexity is making it more challenging for the policymakers, for the decision makers, for the traffic engineers to control the system so that it works in a predictable manner and in an equitable manner for everybody.
So the strategic vision guides us in the new faculty hires, in the new research initiatives, which lead to making an impact on the society, in the policies, in the public policy.
You have to have a strategy, you have to have a goal. If not, you're going to get destroyed. So you have to be able to overcome your capabilities, your tendencies. So you need to have a plan, and that's our goal.
I believe transportation will have interest, sustained interest for a long time, that it gives us the opportunity to do that, and hopefully we'll do that here at USC.
We come at it with a new perspective, with a more diverse and inclusive workforce, with new tools.
So you are looking into diversity, you are looking into different ways of thinking, different ways of approaching and solving problems, but at the same time, people that bring the needed background to solve the problem.
We are looking for faculty and researchers who envision a world different than it is now. A world that is more resilient to disasters, a world in which we can function together with our environment. The person who can see that is the type of person who we want in our department.
Civil and environmental engineers have an important role in society and solving some of these societal problems. You're talking about the environments that you live, you play, you work, and all of these things affect the quality of your life. So in a way, civil engineers think about how to improve the quality of life rather than how to improve a single product. If that makes you excited, I think that's a great profession to be in.